If you've been hurt in a car accident, you may be wondering, do I need an attorney? And if I do, what exactly is a car accident lawyer going to do for me, and how are they going to help me? And that's a great question, because most times when people are hurt in car accidents, it may be the very first time they're going through this. So they're really not sure what to expect going forward, or even what their legal options are. But the answer to the question of what exactly is an accident lawyer going to do for you, the answer is pretty lengthy and detailed. But in this video, I'm going to try to break it down as simply as I can. It all begins with the initial consultation. Most personal injury lawyers, including myself, offer clients free consultations after they've been hurt in a car crash. And honestly, you should take advantage of this offer because, number one, it's free, so what do you have to lose? But secondly, it's going to give you some pretty good insights on, first, whether you have a case, and also, if you do, what your legal options are and what you can expect moving forward. But when I meet with a client at first, my goal is to learn as much about your case as I can. I want to hear your story. I want to know where, when, and how the accident happened. I want to know who was involved. I want to know more about your injuries and your medical treatment so far. And I also want to know who the auto insurance companies are that insure the vehicles that were involved in this car crash. Learning all of this information is going to give me the ability to, number one, determine who was at fault and if you have a case. And if you do, I can explain to you what your legal options are and the compensation that you can seek for your injuries and your damages and how these cases are valued. After the first meeting, if you're comfortable and you decide to hire a personal injury attorney, the first thing a good lawyer is going to do is begin conducting their own independent investigation into your accident. We want to gather as much evidence as we can right from the beginning. We're going to be trying to track down and gather police reports or motor vehicle crash reports if you don't have them yet. We're going to be looking for the names and identity of witnesses to try to get witness statements. In certain cases, we have to go out to the accident scene to look for any evidence that might support your case, whether it be skid marks or damage to other property. We're going to look to see if there was any traffic camera footage that may have captured the crash or any surveillance cameras in the area that may have captured the accident. We're also going to be tracking down and gathering some of your medical records so we can get a better understanding of your injuries right from the beginning. A good investigation is going to be important right at the beginning to begin building a strong case for you to make sure that you get the money and compensation that you deserve. While I'm conducting the investigation, I'm also going to be dealing with the insurance companies right away. I will put them on written notice immediately that I represent you. And this is going to do two very important things. Number one, it's going to protect you from the insurance companies and their adjusters. You have to understand, these insurance companies and their adjusters, they're not your friends. They're not here to help you. These are big businesses that are concerned about their money and their bottom dollar, not helping you and not getting you the money that you deserve. They don't care about your injuries. They don't care about your medical bills, your lost wages, or the pain and suffering that you're going through. So getting a lawyer involved right away is going to protect you from the insurance company. Because once you have a lawyer and the insurance company is on notice that the lawyer represents you, they then cannot contact you directly. Everything is going to go through me. Secondly, it's going to allow me to determine what the auto insurance policies are and what coverage is out there that may be available to compensate you for your injuries and your damages. Next, I'll help guide you through the treatment process. I'll provide you with the proper advice and tips to make sure that we're building as strong of a case as we can. It's important to stay consistent with your treatment and to make sure that you're following your doctor's treatment plans. Once you've reached an endpoint with your treatment and you've either made a full recovery or reached what's commonly referred to as a maximum medical improvement or MMI, I will then gather and obtain all of your medical notes, medical records, and bills. I'll also gather any documentation I need to support any lost wages that you've suffered. This will allow me to assess and calculate what your economic damages are. This is going to be what your total medical bills and expense were for the cost of your treatment, as well as calculate all of your lost wages. I will also have a very detailed conversation with you, so I can learn more about how these injuries impacted your life. I want to know about how much pain you were in and how you suffered from your injuries. These details are going to allow me to advocate and argue on your behalf to get you the compensation that you deserve for your pain and suffering. Pain and suffering are non-economic damages. This means that you can't use a basic mathematical formula to calculate what someone's pain is. It's usually based on subjective complaints. But the more details I have, the better it's going to be for me to be able to argue to get you the compensation you deserve. Once I have all this necessary information, your medical records and notes, your medical bills, lost wage documentation, and the details about how these injuries impacted your life, I'll then be able to begin drafting and putting together a detailed and thorough demand for settlement. This demand for settlement is going to be submitted to the insurance company, and this is going to take us to the resolution phase of your case. After the insurance company receives your demand for settlement, they're going to begin reviewing and evaluating your case. If there's no issue of liability, generally they're going to review your claim and then make an initial offer of settlement. But believe me, these adjusters are trained to scrutinize your medical records and look for any reason why they should not pay you what you deserve. That's going to bring us to the negotiation stage. This is where an experienced and skilled accident attorney can help. During the negotiation process, we're going to go back and forth with the insurance company and try to negotiate a fair settlement. And if the insurance company is not offering a reasonable settlement, you have the option, and your lawyer will help, file a lawsuit and take your case to court. While most cases generally settle without the need to file a lawsuit, there are those cases where the insurance companies are going to be stingy and you have to push them and file a lawsuit and litigate your case. This is why it's important to have not only just a personal injury attorney, but you need a litigator on your side. I hope this video was helpful in explaining what an attorney does and offers accident victims after they've been hurt in a crash. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. I'll be happy to evaluate your case and answer any questions that you have.
Injured in a car crash in Massachusetts? Attorney Pappas is here to help.